Hi, we are now 5 months post radical prostatectomy, and I wanted to provide you a quick update on my progress and where I currently stand in terms of measuring my PSA level. So, as a quick reminder, my PSA at its highest was a 13, and following surgery, roughly at the 2.5 month mark, my PSA came back at 0.13. Now, an undetectable PSA would be zero point zero 0.01. But following that first test, the doctor explained that oftentimes there will be microscopic prostate that is left in the body, which still produces low levels of PSA. So it's not to be alarmed, and it's not unusual. However, one thing that concerned him was monitoring that PSA level to ensure that it stayed either consistent or, even better, dropped. And that would indicate that the prostate that remained in the body contained no cancer. And I'm very happy to report that the second PSA level came back at a lower level at 0.06. So at this point, I am choosing to believe that all of the cancer was removed from my body. And as long as that PSA level stays relatively consistent, that would be an indicator that, in fact, the cancer is 100% gone. Now, the doctor did explain that PSA levels can fluctuate a little bit. You have your tests every 3 months in the first year. So he said not to be alarmed if you see slight increases in PSA. But what it really is the overall trend that we want to make sure that we stay in a pretty consistent level. So very, very good news on the testing front. And in terms of recovery, doing much better as well. Incontinence is really no longer an issue. As I explained in the last update, it just continues to get better and better. The key thing is just continuing to do Kegels every single day. I'm finding that my medication for erections are starting to work. So we're definitely seeing that the nerves that were damaged as part of the surgery are starting to recover. So that certainly is good news as well. And for now, we'll just continue to monitor the PSA level. Now, the doctor did give me one additional option, and that was to go ahead and move forward with radiation. And some patients choose to go into radiation just to ensure that any cancer that may have been persistent in the body is removed. I am choosing not to do that at this point. Again, I'm choosing to believe that they got all the cancer with the radical prostatectomy. There was no cancer detected in the lymph nodes that they removed as part of the surgery, which is usually the first place that it spreads. And the reason why I'm choosing not to do it is because, one, we will monitor my PSA. So if we do see that it increases and that I am at risk for cancer, that is when I will choose to have additional treatments. But my concern is that following a additional treatment through radiation, you can actually take a step back, both with improvements in continence and erections. And the doctor said it's typically not immediate. In fact, he said you'd probably go through radiation and walk away not feeling any different. The issue is that it can actually occur years later. And oftentimes that's worse for the patient to see improvements and then suddenly take steps back, even months, years later. So that's why I'm choosing not to do that at this point. And overall, feeling very, very, encouraged by my initial test results, getting back to my old routines, running 5 miles probably 3 to 4 days a week, and have run as far as 10 miles. So definitely getting back to where I was pre-surgery. So that's the update for now. My next PSA test will be in another 3 months, and we'll know even more then. Until then, thank you, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Thanks.